there, Dale.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Happy Tuesday. We made it back.
Yes, it is Tuesday.
Yeah. We're going to do something a little different today. We're going to talk about discount points, but before we do that, we still talk about rates, but last week we talked about hedging bets. It's a very good informative conversation about how we already have the rate cuts for September baked into interest rates. So if you haven't seen that video, go check it out because it's going to be a huge difference for buying a house now and being competitive as a buyer in the current marketplace. So Dale, what is a discount point?
Well, we've heard all about discount points and what it means and what it is. Literally, it's 1% of the loan amount. One discount point is 1% of the loan amount used to buy the interest rate down. 2 points would be 2% of the loan amount to buy the interest rate down, and so on.
And how long does that last for, Dale? That buy down?
Well, it's a one-time shot. It's paid as part of closing costs, and it lasts for the entire life of the loan.
Okay.
The challenge is every environment is different. I can remember 10 years ago, there were no discount points because rates, well, even 4 years ago, when rates were in the threes, nobody was charging discount points because the rates were so good. Nowadays, without charging a discount point, the rate's a lot higher. And of course, we want rates to be low. So anyway, long story short, 1% of the loan amount.
Okay, so that's one single discount point. But I think what you said is entirely relevant and very important. If we look at the average rates for today, this is from Freddie Mac. They come out with a weekly aggregate of all the rates from a survey, all discount points, all down payment amounts, all lenders, all programs, everything. 6.35 is the average rate that you see. But let's take a look at how they actually define this. Each week, Freddie Mac surveys lenders on rates and points for their most popular 30-year fixed, 15, 5-1, all these different things. And it's with a loan to value of 80%. So if you ask yourself the question, well, how come when I shop, I don't see 6.35%? I always get higher rates. It's likely you're not putting 20% down. Maybe you don't have the right credit score. But also, how many discount points are you going to pay? So, Dale, let's look at some real life examples here. We have a $400,000 loan, a $500,000 sales price. Can you break down this chart for us and tell us what we're looking at?
Sure. Well, let's start at the 6.99. That's the easiest beginning point. The payment on it would be $26.59. And the point is minus 0.070, which really means you'd get about a $280 credit. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, if you said, well, gee, I don't want this credit at all. I want to pay money. So at 6.49, your payment would be $25.26. And you would have to pay 0.651%, a little over half a point, which is, about $2,200, give or take.
$26.04. Yeah.
$26.04. So you're $26.04 out of pocket in costs, but your payment goes down at $140, $135. Is it worth it?
That's the big question. I think in today's market, I think the question is, when are you going to refinance? Can you see yourself refinancing in the next 1, 2, 3 years? So can break it down for us. Why would discount points even make a difference when you refinance?
Yeah, so you got to remember, when you pay the point, that's money gone. You never get it back. Okay. So let's use the 6.49 as the example. You're going to save $135 a month. You're $2,600 out of pocket. So we do the math. 2604 divided by 135 a month you break even in a little over a year and a half.
So if I'm understanding that correctly, Dale, it will take me 18.6 months to make that $2,604 worth the $133 a month of savings.
Correct. That's
Okay.
100% correct. So after a year and a half, you're saving $135 a month. Before a year and a half, you've spent $2,604 on a gamble that you're not gonna refinance.
Okay, now here's a quick question. This might be too much of a layman's question, but I have to ask it. I thought you said at the beginning a discount point lasts for the life of the loan.
Correct. So what happens is, let's just pretend that today we do the 6.49 rate. Okay? And 2 years has gone by and you're going to refinance. You're going to take the rates that are available 2 years from now. That $2,604 you've spent on the loan you have now. But when you refinance, you get a brand new loan with brand new rates and terms, brand new fees. So, looking at the absurd one that you have there, you could get 4.75, but it will cost you $27,000 out of pocket to save about, doing the math there, what's that? Just short of $600 a month.
Yeah.
Most people don't have an extra $27,000. And it will take 4 years to break even.
Yeah.
So if you refinance before 4 years is up, you've wasted money.
Yeah, pretty much. So that's a great illustration there. If you don't think that rates will ever get down to 4.75% in the next 4 years or more, you want a better return, then yeah, you could spend the $27,000 if you have it. And that's really what it boils down to. Let's look at the opposite side of the spectrum too. If you're brave enough to take an 8.125% rate today, and mind you, these charts are just based on today, they're going to change tomorrow. But if you're willing to take an 8.125% rate today, well, you're going to get $4,768 in closing costs in your pocket. Except if you can refinance before 15 months pass, you will start to see a return on your investment. Yes, you're going to have to spend about $310 more per month to get an 8.125% rate, but you're getting $4,700 of closing costs paid. If you can see yourself refinancing in 1 year and 3 months before that, it might actually be worth making money on your house loan by doing this. Again, big trick is, what's your risk assessment? Are you willing to take a risk? And harken back to one other thing you said, Dale. The good rates, you can see there's a giant gap between 6.99 and 6.49, and the cost is a couple $1,000. At this point in the market, if you want that average rate that we were looking at before, that 6.35, you kind of do need to put about a point down. That's just the natural order of things. But always ask yourself the question, when will you refinance?
Yep. And keep in mind that 6.35 is at 20% down on a primary residence. It does not count for an investment property. It does not count for a VA loan, an FHA loan. So there is a lot of play there. And what this really boils down to is, we're the professionals. Let us help you make the right decision, but always remember, it is your decision.
Yep. So hopefully this sheds some light. If you guys do have any more questions about discount points, what they are and how they work, and you want to see a chart that's a little more relevant to your situation, absolutely give us a call and we'd be more than glad to assist you. Dale, thank you so much, and I'll see you next week.
Sounds great. Have a good one.
You too.